Hey there, folks. Thank you for joining me here in my uncle's workshop. In this video, you guys are gonna see how we install a preamp unit to an acoustic guitar to convert it to a semi-acoustic. And you guys would get useful information how to do it yourself. First, we measure the exact dimensions of the preamp unit that goes inside, and using a 90-degree ruler or construction square, we position the perimeter of the cut. We use the angle to gauge the position as the top and the back of the soundbox is relatively tapered. It's not exactly 90 degrees. To find the exact position where the curve fits, we can align the curve of the preamp unit and the curve of the side of the guitar, just like the way you see here, and mark the position with a straight edge and a pencil. Check with the preamp unit several times. We cannot make a mistake as we get to cut away the piece of wood only once. After several checks and markings, the final polygonal shape can be confirmed to cut away. Well, we can use a paper mold made in the exact size of the unit and the curve of the top of the guitar to figure out the position as well. Likewise, there can be many other techniques. But what I just explained also works. The pencil markings can then be outlined by a sharp blade carefully. Here we are using a detailed penknife. Using the same blade, start cutting through the outline. We have to be very careful as some guitars are laminate, and if we force the blade too hard, the laminates can come off, causing the wood to crumble away. Also, create weird vibrations as we play. Even if it's solid body, be very careful. This is not what it looks like. I just sped up the video. We can use the same technique to cut away a hole for the battery unit if it comes separate. Sometimes it comes attached to the preamp unit itself. As you see here, the guitar is laminate, sides and back. Now this tool right here is what is used when we want to expose the small hole in ink cartridges of inkjet printers when we refill them. Here we preserved the old ones, and it comes in very handy to drill holes in very thin and very thinly laminated woods. Now it's time to Using a similar tool, drill a small hole right where the screws go in and make sure to do it very gently. Next up, stick a layer of double tape onto the sides of the preamp unit so that it seals the cut hole and seats the unit perfectly into the void. The double tape layer might become too thin to be handled by fingers, so it's best to use a tweezer. The screw-type nails that you get along with the preamp unit can be used to screw in place the unit. Or, if you've got screw nails that are better, use them to fix the unit in place for added stability. Hold the nut in place from the inside, or you will have to deal with dropping the nut several times before you get it right. Before fixing the battery unit, be sure to take the right cable out of the hole from the inside. Paste a layer of double tape on the sides of the battery unit as well, just like the preamp unit. Once the unit is properly in place, screw in the nails. Time for a second break. Use a drill bit of sufficient size to slowly carve in a hole to take the TS jack female port out from inside the soundbox. This process has to be slow as well because, again, we should avoid damaging the laminate. Then, screw in the outer holder for the jack using 3 nails, using the same technique used earlier. This is a piezoelectric pickup that picks the signal up from under the saddle. To insert this in place, a hole open enough to take it from inside the sound box has to be drilled. Once it is in place, the saddle has to be put back in. To compensate for the higher action created, we have to use a thin sandpaper to shear off the saddle a little bit. That marks the end of the whole activity, and this is how the guitar looks after restringing. If you found this video useful, be sure to like it, share it, and subscribe.